Hey, Kevin McCann here. We've had some great success already setting up marketing sequences, campaigns, follow-up automations, seminars for many doctor clients that we've got. And one of the questions that keeps coming back to us is, hey, we don't have a great website, or we don't have the website integrated with social media, or know how to create an email for our domain, and how do we get all this set up, because there's a lot of moving parts. So I'm very excited to share with you this new bundle we put together called the Customer Facing Marketing Fast Launch Kit to take care of the website, the social media, and all the integration back to your website with your marketing automation. So let me take you inside, give you a tour. So the first thing is that we're essentially building pyramids here. So there's three tiers to this pyramid. The first is we need to have a website domain that conveys that you are stem cell therapy doctors. A lot of cases, the domains that are out there that you've been using for the last 5, 10, 15 years in some cases, they have the word chiropractic in it. So one of the biggest challenges you're facing is that people see you as a chiropractor and not as a stem cell doctor, and then there's some rub there, right? So we want to get you a new domain that has something that's relevant to stem cell therapy in it. Second thing is that website's got to be secure, and you need an SSL certificate. Otherwise, Google will penalize your website, your domain, and not put you in the top of the search rank when people start looking for stem cell therapy. The third is the website has to match, obviously, the domain, and then also the branding of how you're going to come to market with your stem cell services. Next is the second tier there, the social media presence and a PowerPoint presentation. So social media right now will be Facebook and YouTube for you, because you're going to use YouTube for your testimonials, Facebook for a lot of interaction with your clients and with your prospective clients. PowerPoint presentation is what you're going to be using in front of your seminar participants, and then anytime that you're going to be sending out an update or maybe a webinar, you'll use your PowerPoint presentation deck for that as well. And then last but not least, when you're at your seminars, there's some certain event signage that you can put together that we actually put together for you that will obviously communicate your brand and make it look even more professional when you're there in front of your patients. So we actually underwent this exact same situation ourselves. For the last 15 years, I've been consulting with clients under the Brand Executive Strategy Group. So we are a management consulting firm. However, 5 years ago, a lot of our clients were saying, hey, we're having a hard time implementing the recommendations that you've given to us. Can you do it for us? So the answer was yes, and we actually created a whole new brand called Lead Launcher, which is essentially a productized service to do all of that stuff for them. But when we started marketing the service, we didn't want to market it as a consulting firm. We wanted to market it as basically a marketing agency firm that was doing this for our clients. So we had to be congruent with what the audience was asking. Same deal with you guys, right? If you're a chiropractor trying to sell stem cells, there's enough of a rub or enough friction there that they may think, really? Could a chiropractor really do stem cells? The answer is yes, but it's just, it casts maybe a little bit of a shadow of doubt, and you just want to remove all of that. So sounds like it makes sense, right? We need a website, we need SSL, we need all that. That's great, Kevin, but there's like hundreds of moving pieces here. What do I do? Where do I start? What do I need? So basically, all those pieces, those Lego pieces there, we're going to get you from a piecemeal thing into an integrated solution. And the way we're going to do it is through this, the done-for-you customer-facing marketing fast launch kit. So what does that include? So what it includes is, first of all, we're going to set up a GoDaddy account for you so that houses your domain name, which will help you select a new domain name. It'll house your WordPress website, and it'll also house the SSL certificate. So again, I'm going to explain what each one of these is individually. So the second step is, once we've got that GoDaddy account set up, we're going to create a new stem cell domain name for you. So we'll come up with a bunch of options for you, but it shows your patients that you offer stem cells and not just chiropractic, right? It helps you to establish that new brand for your services. And one of the key things it does is it helps you with search engine optimization. So if you have, for instance, and I already checked, this domain name is not available, but you could buy it for $450. But say, for instance, your domain was stemcelltherapyboston.com. If someone starts searching stem cell therapy Boston, you get an extra bump in search engine optimization just because you have the keyword string inside of your URL domain name, right? So that's what we'll be looking at with you individually is coming up with a new domain name that ideally will have some of this search stuff. Maybe it's regenerative therapy, maybe it's stem cell services, stem cells, whatever it is. But we'll come up with it for you and take care of that built right into your GoDaddy account. Once a domain name is done, then we purchase the SSL certificate so that basically the website's secure. Google, back in 2014, you can see here on the slide, Google created this initiative called the HTTPS Everywhere Initiative. So when you're on a website and you see this logo here, the HTTPS, it basically means that you're securely transmitting information from your phone or your desktop back to the website itself so that people can't hack that session that's going on. So Google saw that as a really good thing, and they expect everyone on every website to have it all across the globe. If you don't have it, you will get penalized in Google searches. So we're just going to play by their rules and say, let's get it everywhere, and it's not that expensive. It's basically like $30 a month or something, or $60 a year, I think, to get that covered. Next is create a new mobile responsive and SSL secure website. So we are going to install WordPress right into your domain that you just created. We will install a WordPress theme we call Divi, which is an awesome theme, very secure, very flexible, very modular, so that you can do essentially anything you want. We will set up the template. We will set up Google Analytics right inside that website. We'll install this thing called Yoast SEO plugin, which is search engine optimization, so that as you add web pages, or if you decide you want to do a blog post at some point down the road, Yoast helps to make sure that all of those posts and all of your content is optimized for search engine optimization. We'll also do all the basic configurations so that you're good to go out of the gates. A couple other key things here. In fact, some of the doctors we're working with right now, we've had to go and kind of do this for them after the fact. We didn't design their websites, but their web page load speed is slow. Why? Because their images are too big. Images being too big can kill your performance. It can also kill your ranking in Google just because of these two things alone. Again, we'll optimize those for you. Last but not least is H1 tags optimized. So H1 tags are like these things right here where you see welcome to Elgantica. This is where you'll have your keywords, around stem cell therapy for whatever town you're in. Having those tags optimized under H1, again, just makes it show up better in Google. So I'll spare you the googly speak, but it's basically make sure you show up when people are searching for what it is that you do. Last but not least is add starter content. So we're going to put together the 15 to 20 pages of your website with content already pre-populated, including a privacy policy and terms and conditions pages, which are mandatory if you're going to do any kind of Facebook advertising. And we will put that out there, and it'll even have the new GDPR content regulations on the privacy policy for you to just basically go to market with immediately. So all of that will be included, again, in this package. Number 5 is creating a new logo. So with a new domain, new website comes a new logo. So we'll want to make sure that you have a logo relevant to the stem cell therapy that you're offering in the options, right? So we'll provide you anywhere from 3 to 5 options, maybe more. It all depends. We've got multiple vendors that we use. So once we get you at least 3 to 5 options, you'll be able to select from them, and we can do a couple revisions, I think, per logo. But suffice to say, we're going to manage that whole process for you, get you a logo, and get it rocking and rolling pretty quick. Create a Google account. So when you are going to set up your YouTube page, and you may say, well, we already have a YouTube account, we don't need your help there. You need a YouTube page that has the same branding and same congruency back to this new domain we just set up and the new website we just set up. So even if you already have a YouTube page for your chiropractic practice or whatever other practice you have, we're going to set up a unique YouTube page for this stem cell therapy practice. Again, congruity is critical here. And in order to set up Google Analytics and YouTube, you have to have a Google account. So we'll take care of that for you too. As I said, there's a lot of moving parts here. We're going to take care of all of them. Next, creating that Google Analytics account. So what Google Analytics allows you to do is to look at traffic, who's visiting your website, when they're visiting your website, how many visitors are coming in. Really cool thing is, what are the demographics? Like, we'll know what the demographics are, who they are they male, are they female, what city, state are they located in, what are their interests, what do they care about? And the reason that's important is we can take that data and feed it back into your Facebook ads so you get more of those types of people that are an ideal fit for your stem cell therapy. Number 8, create Google My Business page. So the Google My Business page, basically, when someone is going to do a search on your new business name or your new stem cell offering name, you want to pop up on that right-hand side of Google where it shows your maps, called the map box, basically, your company's name, your services, your branding, your address, your times, your hours of operation, etc. We want to make sure you pop up there. So we'll take care of that. We manage that process as well. Typically, part of the process is we fill out the form. They mail a postcard to you at your place of business. You give us the 5-digit code that's on that, and then we finish the setup process for you. So a little bit involved, but we can take care of that for you. Next is creating the new Facebook page. So we'll take care of setting up a new Facebook page for the business, right? So again, you may say, well, we already got a Facebook page for chiropractic. Again, need it for stem cell. We'll take care of the background image, the profile image, the cover photo. We'll actually even post 5 initial posts of preliminary stem cell content just to get you out of the gates and off to the races. And then you can take it from there and provide you, we'll basically just turn the page over to you so you have admin access. So again, this is a stopping point for a lot of doctors that are getting into the space. We make sure that this just becomes part of our launch program for you. Number 10, create new YouTube page and channel. There it is, right? So we're going to stand up a new YouTube page just like we do with Facebook. We'll give you the background graphic. We'll give you the My Channel image. We'll get that all set up for you. However, you're responsible for populating the video content. So the one thing that YouTube is careful about is that they don't want to see duplicate content out there. So we couldn't just take one stem cell doctor's video, download it, and then upload it into your site. They catch on to that pretty quickly. So you'll need your own unique videos, which generally isn't that big of a deal, but we'll set up the channel and make it very easy for you to upload those into that new channel. Number 11, we'll actually integrate that social media stuff we just talked about with your website. So one of the key things is that your Facebook and your YouTube account should have logos or icons right on the top of your site. We'll put those there. So that people can click back and forth from the site to your social media, and ditto on social media. We'll also put your website on all of your entries, whether it be YouTube, Facebook, etc. That's going to increase your visitor engagement and so via the social media outlets that we select as well. Number 12, we get into the PowerPoint template for seminars and customer-facing presentations. So we'll take care of putting together a PowerPoint template for your stem cell seminar presentation. Dr. Jeff Donatello has done this many times. We're going to use the same deck that he has been using and crafting over the last year, and that will become yours, only with your branding and your nomenclature and specific content as well. Number 13, communication. So a lot of doctors out there are communicating using AOL or Gmail email addresses. You can't do that anymore. In this game, we're going to use that new domain we just set up, and we're going to have, your name, first initial, last name, or first name, last name, or whatever criteria you want to use. But it's going to be using your domain as the tail right there, right? Way more professional. People tend to respect that a lot more. It doesn't seem as suspect, I guess you could say. Plus, spam alerts drop dramatically when it's coming from your domain. Emails coming from your domain, and they match your website. Just super professional all the way around. So we're going to do that for you as well. Number 14, Hatchbuck integrated with website for customer follow-up. So many of the doctors we've been working with, this is what we've started doing, is making sure that your CRM, your customer resource or customer relationship management is fully integrated to your registration pages of your website, so that when new seminar attendees come in, it gets dropped right into your Hatchbuck database. So we will set all of that up for you. That's a separate service, but we'll just make sure that Hatchbuck is integrated to your website so that any lead capture that's being done on the Contact Us page or on your seminar page is going directly into your Hatchbuck database, so you can automatically follow up with those people. So we will do that integration for you as well. So the question I'm sure you're all asking is, great, that sounds great, Kevin. There's like a million things there. What does it cost? What's the investment to get started? So you can see here we're offering a one-time fee of $5,000 to take care of all of that: the website, the presentations, the email communication. So just to do a quick recap, it's the GoDaddy account we create the stem cell domain name with you, the SSL certificate, creating a brand new mobile, responsive, and SSL secure website with all the content, create a new logo color scheme, create a Google account, create Google Analytics account, create the Google My Business page, create new Facebook page, create new YouTube page and channel, and integrate social media with the website, and give you the PowerPoint slide deck. And we'll also do it in Keynote if you're a Mac user like we are, and then setting up your email communication domain as well. All of that, the service fee around that, $5,000 one-shot deal. This is probably about a $15,000 to $20,000 package that we're offering here, but because we've got a bit of a captive audience with you guys, and we've done a lot of work with stem cell doctors, we know the game, we're just going to let you cash in on the economies of scale that we've built, being able to replicate success for multiple docs over the last year. So you get that benefit, and that's why that fee looks so ridiculously inexpensive. Summary of additional fees. So the fees we can't wrap into that $5,000 fee are things like the domain name. So that's going to cost you anywhere from $13 to, in some cases, $25 a year. It's probably going to be a good average around $14, $15 per year for the domain name. So that's on you guys. SSL certificate, same deal. You own this stuff. We don't own it. If we own your domain name, then I guess we could take care of this, but then we own you. We own your whole model, and that's not what you want. Everything about what we're doing is to make sure you're not being held hostage by any marketing agency from this point forward. We're building it for you. We're charging you a fee to set it up, but you own all this stuff moving forward. So domain name is yours, SSL certificate is yours, website hosting, again, that's yours too. It's $250 a year, ballpark for that. It's right around there. Logo will cost $299. If you already have done a logo and you like your color scheme and all that, and it doesn't say chiropractic on it, then we can just use that. So you can just wipe out that $300 fee, and we'll just use that logo and wrap it into everything else that we just talked about. Event signage, not everybody wants this, but if you do want it, some of those pull-up displays, it's $350 for each pull-up display, and we can give you the details on that later. Brochures, all depends on the quantity, if you want to hand them out or whatnot, but it's going to take about $250 for us to put those together, and then you can just order those to your heart's content after the initial order. So again, we can talk about those two things separately, since those are kind of one-offs. But that's a summary of fees. One final thing on additional services: once this website is stood up, you're going to want to make sure that plugins are being updated if they come out with new revision of the plugin. So that's Google Analytics, that's Yoast. There's a couple other plugins we'll put in on the site too. You want to make sure those are updated. You're going to want to make sure your WordPress theme is updated and current, because they always increase security as new security hacks come out there. You want to make sure that that's taken care of. And then one key thing here that most people don't do, it blows my mind, is have your website backed up. That should be backed up at least weekly, right? Because granted, you're not going to have many changes to it, but if you do, should be backed up at least weekly. Update the content as needed. That's like, if we want to do, a new blog post or a new service offering or a new page here and there, you can do that. And then provide access to web traffic reports. We're offering to do all that stuff for you at $250 a month. Again, you can take care of it yourself if you want to, but this is just preventative maintenance, I guess you could call it. So that is the summary. We can do a tour of the rest of the system later, but that's a summary of the customer-facing marketing fast launch success kit. Please let us know if you have any questions. We'll be back in touch with you through email and through Dr. Jeff Donatello. Thanks so much and have a great day.